You. What's up, people? So we got this shutdown. It's amazing. I was talking to my brother about this. It's amazing how many retarded people believe that the Republicans are responsible for the shutdown. It's complete insanity. The Democrats voted it down 13 times. It's just fucking nuts. What's up, Weak Greatness? It's fucking nuts. Yeah. And they'll probably have the benefits going this week. You know what I mean? But it's just, I'm really sick and tired of politics. I'm just fucking tired of it. The Democrats lie continually, and the media backs them up. And they put out these phony polls. Because anybody with half a brain does not blame the Republicans. Republicans all voted for it. What's up, Bricks Vids? Oh, shit. It's just mind-numbing that Schumer can just lie to the public. Yeah, it's just too much. I get tired of it. I get tired. And it gives these liberals talking points. You know what I mean? It's all bullshit, but yeah, they want to get all smug with you about it. Like, shut the fuck up. You know? And a couple judges ordered the Trump administration to, and Trump was like, no problem, but you got to be specific on how I'm going to do this. He can't just take money from somewhere and shore that up. I mean, there's a process. There's shit that they got to do. They don't even know what they got to do. They got to figure it out. So, well, what's up, Adrian M? I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome to the channel. Well, the Democrats could easily end the shutdown. Yeah. To get 5 more Democrats to vote in the Senate. All 53 Republicans voted for it 13 times. And 13 times the Democrats voted it down. Only 3 Democrats broke ranks. So they need like 4 or 5 more Democrats. It's just astounding the level of bullshit that the Democrat Party puts out. And if it wasn't for the media backing them up with these phony fucking polls, I mean, you got to be completely retarded to blame the Republicans for this. I mean, there's no talking to you. There's no logic involved. You clearly don't understand how shit works. You haven't looked into it. You just let that TV tell you what to think. It's just that simple. It can't be any simpler. But, you got a lot of fucking retarded citizens. Yeah, and I was just watching a video where Obama, what was it? Had to be, 15 years ago? They spent, I think, $376 million on renovations to the White House. The taxpayers paid it. It went on for 2 or 3 years, right? And here Trump's spending a lot less than that, right? $250 million, and it's being paid for privately. And they want to fucking cry. And Schumer's blaming Trump for the shutdown. Trump's sitting in the White House waiting for a bill to cross his desk. That's his involvement. Okay. All the Republicans in the Senate voted for it. So, but see, because Schumer knows that most people aren't privy to the political process. Hell, I don't even know a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like, I know some of it, but it can be very confusing. And especially when you have politicians and the media telling you it's this way and it's not this way. Oh, is it 300 million? Yeah, but the people aren't paying for it. Whereas Biden, or whereas Obama spent almost 400 million and the taxpayers paid for it. So, but oh, they had these wondrous media stories about it. Reporter walking around all cheery with a fucking microphone around all the dug up ground at the White House when Obama did a renovation. Like, what the fuck? And Trump said it best. These people are sick. They are. They're sick. They're just sick. Fucking idiots. Yeah, but I guarantee them SNAP benefits will be on this week. And all those idiots that talked about stealing and robbing, yeah, I hope you go to jail. I hope you go to jail. I mean, and SNAP wasn't designed for you to live off of it. It's supplemental nutritional. I forget the rest of it. But supplemental, meaning it's not supposed to buy all your food. 2 more days until election day. Yeah. Well, and the air traffic controllers. Yeah, it's just, and the Democrats are 100% responsible for the shutdown. 100%. 100. They wanted to spend 1.2 trillion for illegals. It's just, and a whole lot of other shit. Some tranny stuff in there. It's just too fucking much. The Democratic Party really needs to be disbanded. It really does. And Chuck Schumer's going to lie to the entire American population, tell them it's the Republicans' fault. It's just insanity. Real fucking sick of it. Sick of these motherfuckers. See all the fucking wires I got over here. Fucking Christ. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to vote. If I do, I know to vote no on the Supreme Court justices for here in Pennsylvania. The shutdown must end. Yeah. So fucking believable. Unfucking believable. When I heard Schumer in his little speech, I just, wow. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're playing with people's food in an attempt to get leverage, which there was no real chance of you getting any leverage anyway. So they have no power, so they try to create it. They try to create a problem and then cry about it, complain about it. Jesus Christ, I was at the laundry mat today, right? And these people are fucking arguing. And the one younger woman, I found out later that this older woman was her mother. But she was like, rap, and just wouldn't shut the fuck up. And then it turned into a couple men came to the laundromat, right? And I think they were all family, but this fucking woman would not shut the fuck up. Fingers in their faces. And these men, I'm surprised they didn't beat the shit out of her. I wouldn't have felt bad for her. And the whole time, she's got like this 11 or 12-year-old kid with her. Like, and she like lost control for like 45 minutes. This was ongoing, screaming, yelling, back and forth, walking at them, charging at them. And the police finally get there when it's all over, right? And I heard her outside talking like she's a victim, right? It's not fucking believable. Unfucking believable. Oh. Well, and tomorrow I got to go to court for this guy that I used to work for. I took him to small claims court. He's definitely going to lose. Taking him to court for he didn't pay me my last pay. He thinks he's going to keep it. And I'm going to have to hire a collection agency if he doesn't pay it within however much time they give him to pay it, because they won't put it on his credit report unless I hire a collection agency. So I'm going to have to hire a collection agency. I think I can force him to produce his assets, like open the books in court. I'll make him do that too. I'm going to bust his balls. Don't pay me my money. I'm exhausting every avenue I can. You want to fucking play games, not pay your workers. So, let me see here. Now, if you see me looking this way, it's because I got a monitor here and my computer's all fucked up because I took it out in the rain one time. And the monitor is much nicer to look at. It just is. It just is. I should have did this a long time ago. I'd like to do one of my brother's videos, but his videos have been longer and longer. All right, let's see what fucking... I haven't played this guy in a while. Styx.
Today is the day. Yes, indeed. SNAP benefits may or may not be available today. We're not 100% sure, actually. You've got several federal court decisions, including in the state of Rhode Island, that said the Trump administration must actually pony up that several $billion of emergency spending funds in order to keep SNAP going. Under what constitutional auspices this actually is appropriate remains to be seen. I personally believe that the Trump administration, originally unwilling to disperse it, is constitutionally correct. But I don't believe that it is a pragmatic act at this time. I don't understand why the Trump administration didn't immediately free up the funding and say, look, Democrats are trying to starve you. We're going to make sure that we pay things up. Please write your senator or representative and tell them to knock it off because people are going to be suffering. This would have been a master move by the Trump administration, one I have no clue why the Trump administration did not take. That being said, it's not entirely clear whether the Trump administration is simply going to ignore the federal orders or not. This is a little bit of a gray area at the moment. What is constitutional? What is right to do? Sometimes things that are unlawful are still the right thing to do. Sometimes things that are lawful are the wrong thing to do. It's called nuance. Human law is not objective. It is a completely subjective system, ostensibly designed to prevent abuse and to allow people to live their happy lives. As we've seen throughout virtually all of human history, this is actually a rarity. So we probably need to refine that system a little bit further now, don't we? The SNAP war could be a very big thing, or it could be a nothing burger. It sort of depends on what the Trump administration does. Again, it would have been wiser to get out in front of the issue because SNAP is one of the few welfare programs that actually is not burdensome and onerous with regards to its cost, because a lot of that money just comes back in the form of sales taxes and things like that. So while it does not fully pay for itself, it does enough. It's a little bit better than most government-incepted programs. And because so many tens of millions of people rely at least in part on it, it would have made sense to continue it. Again, I've been on SNAP myself before, many years ago. So this will probably continue and drag out. We may get some sort of decision today from the Trump administration. It's not entirely clear. I'm sure that they've got people looking into it and saying, like, how are we going to solve this situation? Because the Schumer shutdown drags on. The Democrats are quite clearly, quite literally, they're trying to starve out part of the public in order to cause ire at the Trump administration. That is effectively what's happening now. When you look at the bill that was proposed by Democrats and that proposed by Republicans, they are fundamentally similar except for one thing, which is the health care issue. So the Democrats, because they're having a temper tantrum over that and do not control the House or Senate, have decided to blockade the government effectively and fucking starve people. That's what's happening right now. This is not Trump's doing. The Republicans already have tried, I believe now 15 times, to pass a clean deal. Also, the GOP in the House and Senate, they've pretty much fled the battlefield. I don't even think that the House is adjourned at the moment. So they're not really able to do much of anything. This is typical GOP tactics, which means lack of tactics. Happens all the time. It's the GOP that we're talking about. It's the Republicans. No surprise here. You could not find a person in the United States less surprised than me that the GOP would manage to screw up such a basic bitch issue. All you have to do is make sure that the House and the Senate are actually there. So, you don't need to go on recess, right at such a time as this. And Trump to force the issue and say, look, just fucking fund the SNAP benefits. The Democrats would crack immediately. All of a sudden, you'd have several Democrats more would cross the line in the Senate, bypassing the filibuster and establishing quorum, basically. That's exactly what would happen. I don't know why they didn't take the opportunity to do this. It would have been like, checkmate, go ahead. Tell the American people why you are attempting to starve them. Because, we're actually delivering the SNAP benefits. Oh, it would have been a knockout blow. But that wasn't done. In the end, I believe that it's likely the Trump administration will probably fund the SNAP benefits. It doesn't really have a choice anyway. But it could have preempted the entire issue. This never needed to be an issue to begin with. It's like with soldiers' pay. Trump managed to find an anonymous donor. By the way, that story dropped out of the news cycle real quick now, didn't it? There's probably a reason for that. Scratch your head for 2 seconds and you can figure it out. $130 million in order to make sure that soldiers actually continue to get paid through the shutdown on at least a temporary basis. Now, it's not going to last very long because, while soldiers don't get paid very much, there are many tens of thousands of them. And I believe, I'm not sure if the Guard is affected by this. I'm not sure if it's just active duty or the Guard. I don't know because nobody's really reporting that info. But anyway, they'll get paid. If you did the SNAP benefits as well, nobody would really be able to complain, and then the Democrats can sit there in their own piss like they usually do and have their temper tantrum until they've cried enough that they get over it, which will happen. Eventually, they will break. They've already been breaking. You've seen several Democrats already crossing the aisle. The problem is not enough of them have crossed for you to establish a filibuster-proof majority on that vote for the budget. It's obvious, though, the GOP has the upper hand. By the way, the shutdown is now dragging on so long that it might be the longest in U.S. history. This is a temper tantrum. This is Chuck Schumer's way of saying, I'm a big boy. I'm in charge. You're not in charge. I'm the big kid on the block. Well, he's not. He's a sad sack, pathetic little cuck who Nancy Pelosi led around for years like a little Bichon Frise. but he's trying to find his testicles. Basically, he's searching around for them. He hasn't found them yet, but he's desperately trying to grow some. Donald Trump should preempt them. Unleash the money, fund the goddamn SNAP benefits, and let the Democrats simmer off for a while. That's about all. Unleash the money. Peace out.
Yeah. Bass Pro, what's up? Yeah, Bass Pro, I know how you found that video because I had somebody make a standalone out of it. Because as if I lose a channel, all my videos go with it. I don't know if they stay. I don't know if they stay in the computer. I'm not sure if they if they stay alive if you have them somewhere. I have no idea. But that was a crazy fucking video. I was doing a live stream. I happened to be doing a live stream at 7:00 in the morning. I mean, I don't think I've ever done that since then or before that. When these two little assholes knocked on my door. And the guy Tommy wound up being dead. And they were the ones that found him. They smelled something funny. And the police came, knocked his door down, and here he was dead for like a week in his room. Looked like he OD'd on psychiatric medication. And they were all upset because they just watched him get carried out, but nobody said anything to me. But, they were talking like, come outside, like, like they wanted to fight. There was two of them. Little gay bastards. So, let me see here. See if I can find something interesting on the internet. Oh man, I'm fucking tired, man. God damn. God damn. You see that fucking idiot Obama campaigning? I mean, he's just fucking up there lying. Yeah, so Trump already agreed to fund SNAP. But I think they're, like he can't just snap his fingers. They have to follow some kind of process. Oh man. I can't find nothing at the moment. My fucking neck hurts from bending like that. God damn. I should have checked out the ergonomics of this before I fucking did it. Jay Jones sent death threats. Who the fuck is Jay Jones? Who the fuck is that? I don't even know who it is. Yeah, I don't really follow politics the way I used to. I kind of piggyback off my brother. He's definitely up on it. Just get tired of it, man. You You have to do all this fucking research to see if people are lying to you. You know, you don't know what's true, what's false. You know, it's fucking tiring. I can see why most people don't give a fuck. They really don't, or they let the TV tell them. You know, they let somebody that they like, some so-called journalist, tell them how to think. Just like my boss, Reese, completely lets the TV tell him what to think. Yeah. So, trying to find something fucking interesting. All right, let's try this. Let's try the commie. Turley on Mondami. Yeah, they ought to let that Mondami win and let them fuck New York up. Maybe turn New York blue. Who knows? Now, how come there's not a little picture of me? I don't understand it.
Gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, wishing all of you a happy November from beautiful but a bit crisp Connecticut. I'm up here visiting with my family over the weekend, but we're just about 40 miles away from what's turning out to be ground zero for a full-blown Democrat civil war. With just 3 days until Election Day, something remarkable is happening in New York City's mayoral race. Mamdani's once commanding lead is evaporating. And we've got some new polling data that suggests this election could be far closer than anyone expected. And it's Mamdani himself who appears to be blowing up his own campaign. So I'm sure you all know, but Zohran Mamdani, the self-proclaimed Democrat socialist, he's promised to basically revolutionize New York City with free childcare, free buses, government-run grocery stores, turn it into Caracas, basically. He was running away with this election. He had a double-digit lead over Andrew Cuomo and Curtis Sliwa.
All right, this feels almost illegal to know, but our windows were so old and just desperately needed to be replaced. So I called a few contractors, but they all quoted me a hefty $10,000 or more for new windows, and I almost lost it. That's when my friend, who's a realtor, stopped me and said,
but then something happened. The more this guy opened his mouth, the more he started destroying his own brand. First, he got caught in a blatant lie. He claimed that his aunt had stopped riding the New York subway right after 9/11 because so many Islamophobic New Yorkers were accosting her for wearing her hijab. Just one problem, it never happened. He has a single aunt who we now know was living in Tanzania at the time of September 11th, not in New York City. She wasn't even here. She was nowhere near the city. And so Mamdani desperately tried to backtrack by saying that was actually his father's distant cousin, not his aunt. And of course, as it turns out, with a little investigating, it turns out that his father's distant cousin was also living in Tanzania at the time. So he got caught lying, and then he got caught lying in the cover-up, right? And then, as if it couldn't get worse from there, Mamdani, his campaign just got hit with revelations that it had accepted nearly $13,000 in illegal foreign donations from 170 contributors residing outside the United States. That's a federal crime. Only U.S. citizens or permanent legal residents can donate to political campaigns here. And so, while, in fairness, many of those donations were returned, including a $500 donation from his mother-in-law in Dubai, as of mid-October, 88 foreign donations totaling over $7,000 still had not yet been returned. And of course, the Republican candidate, Curtis Sliwa, he's calling for a Justice Department investigation into this. President Trump has made similar calls as well. With all of these scandals, it appears to be taking a toll on Mamdani's campaign. The latest polling shows Mamdani's lead shrinking dramatically. The latest Atlas Intel poll that was just released today shows the race tightening significantly. Mamdani is down to just 41%, and Cuomo's risen to 34%. So it's a mere 7-point advantage with a 3-point margin of error. So that means this race could realistically be within striking distance on Tuesday, Election Day. But the key here is that Mamdani's momentum has officially ended. His campaign has stalled. And ironically, it's Cuomo that's surging. He has all the momentum right now. And in fairness, as does Sliwa. Sliwa's surging, but at this point, it doesn't look like he has anywhere near enough to overtake Mamdani. We'll see. But here's where things get truly fascinating. Governor Kathy Hochul, that's right, she's the Democrat leader of the New York Democrat Party. She just went on TV and essentially admitted that Mamdani's signature tax the rich plan would economically devastate not just the city, but the state as a whole. And she said Mamdani is not going to get the money he needs from Albany in order to fulfill all of his promises in transforming New York City into a socialist paradise. Hochul basically said it's not happening. And she said, bottom line, look, if this guy actually did follow through with taxing the rich like he's promising, you're going to see a mass exodus from New York like you would never even imagine. Remember, this is already a problem for blue states. Blue states have been hemorrhaging residents. New York, California, Illinois, they've all been losing electoral college votes, or they're in the process of losing. They're in the process of losing representatives because they're losing so much population. And the more the Democrats double down on their radical far left, the more these blue states are going to continue to see their populations deplete, with more political representation shifting to red states. If you don't know, Mamdani, he's promised $10 billion in new annual spending, $10 billion, including $6 billion for universal childcare, nearly $1 billion to make buses free, $500 million for new Department of Community Safety, billions more for affordable housing, government-run grocery stores. And to pay for all this, he claims he can raise $9 billion through 2 major tax increases, a 5% point hike in the corporate tax rate, projected to raise $5 billion, and a 2% income tax surcharge on earnings over $1 million, projected to raise $4 billion. But economists across the political spectrum have eviscerated these projections. The Cato Institute points out that Mamdani fundamentally confuses marginal tax rates with average tax rates. Raising only the top marginal corporate rate does not mean the entire tax base increases by that full percentage. The Empire Center notes that New York City's wealthiest already pay the highest non-federal income taxes in America at 15%. And Mamdani wants to push that to 17%, 3.5 points higher than any other state. So currently the top 1% of city taxpayers, about 34,000 filers, pay 40% of the city's income tax revenue. If Mamdani's plan were implemented, that would rise to over 60%. So that creates what economists call catastrophic concentration risk. The entire city budget becomes dangerously dependent on a tiny group of highly mobile residents who can afford to leave. And why wouldn't they? Why would people stay in New York City when they can move to Florida or Texas or Tennessee or heck, New Jersey? Again, if the whole country goes commie, like in Venezuela, there's nothing anyone could do apart from actually picking up and leaving the country. But if you try to socialize a tiny little portion of it, like a single city, when it's surrounded by all of these pro-capitalist local economies, why on earth would anyone expect them to stay when they could pick up and move 15 minutes south, and that would save them millions upon millions of dollars? So this is why more and more moderate centrist Democrats like John Fetterman, or the now independent but once former Democrat Andrew Yang, they're all openly calling Mamdani a political disaster in every way imaginable. He's a disaster when it comes to New York City, and he's a disaster for the Democrat Party as a whole, in that the Republicans are already frothed. They're chomping at the bit to make this guy the new face of the Democrat Party, a woke, socialist, leftist Muslim. is not going to play well in the 7 swing states that are inordinately populated with blue-collar working class whites. It's just not a brand that promises to sell. Again, the key here is that Mamdani is controversial even in New York City. He's splitting the left inside one of the bluest cities in the nation. If he's causing so much havoc among the Democrats inside one of their safe havens, how do you think it's going to play out in swing states where you need to increase the Democrat vote, not split it? So we'll see how all of this plays out on Tuesday. The polls show Mamdani is still leading, and he should still win, but his support is softening. Undecided voters are increasing, and the generational turnout battle could swing this race dramatically in either direction. Regardless of what happens, it does look like the Democrats are increasingly doubling down on their most woke socialist wing, which ultimately means that the Democrats are inadvertently exacerbating their slow but inevitable decline. Love you guys. Enjoy your weekend.
The Cyberboy said he's down because people saw him eating rice with his hands. Disgusting. When I ran that rooming house, there was a bunch of Saudi kids there, right? And that's how they ate. What they would do is they would get a trash bag, right? A brand new trash bag, open it up, right? And just dump the food in the middle. And they would reach out with their hand and they would grab it like this and eat it like that. And I was like, fuck that. So I sat Indian style with them, and I'm eating it with a fork and a spoon. It was actually pretty good. They cooked up some chicken and rice. That's the way they do it in their countries. I don't know what to tell you. But I agree. I don't think that was a good move for him to eat that way in front of America. The fuck, most Americans are going to be like, ooh, I don't know. I'll bet he wins that fucking race. I can almost guarantee it. Because Cuomo is not, a lot of people don't like Cuomo. And who they should really be voting for is Sliwa. I mean, Jesus Christ, the man built up a defense fucking team. The Guardian Angels. What the fuck? And he's a stone cold New Yorker. You know? I mean, that's who I'd be voting for. Fuck that. What's up, Richie? Yeah, Richie, I just played Turley's video where he says Mondami's losing a bunch of support. And of course, Cyberboy said he's down because people saw him eating rice with his hands. Disgusting. Yeah, the Saudi kids eat like that. I saw pictures of the one kid in the Watt. He shot like I did like a Snapchat or I forget what it was with him. And he showed me around his house. It's like a fucking palace. He's got these. It's literally like a fucking palace. And his father's got like 3 wives and multiple businesses. I mean, that kid don't want for nothing. And all these kids, all these Saudi kids, they all had drivers, nannies, cooks, cleaning people. Well, I would tell them to clean up after themselves, and they would look at me like I have 6 heads. I would leave fucking dirty dishes at their doors. I would take it out of the sink, put them. I'm like, nah, you ain't got no maids here. This is America. Right. That's basically what Turley was at least saying one lie. He might have said 2. What's up, boss? What's up, boss? So I'm enjoying the screen on my monitor. Yeah, there's the fucking computer. Oh man, that's rough. I mean, I used it for well over a year, but it's much better with this monitor. Much clearer, colors much better. I mean, there's hardly any fucking color on the computer. So, pretty. My buddy next door gave me the monitor. Yeah. Oh. Man, I'm fucking tired. Yeah, so I got to go to court tomorrow with this, my old employer. He wouldn't pay me my last paycheck. He's claiming that he would, but he didn't have the money because he had to pay for something that I destroyed. Yeah. And what I did was a fucking accident, like, you know, and then he was suggesting through text that I was all fucked up, meaning intoxicated. No, that didn't happen. No. So I luckily got my shirt pressed yesterday. I fucking bothered this fucking cleaning guy. No, won't be ready till Monday. I said, look, you ain't got to wash it. It's already clean. Just press it. Okay, you bring. This fucking Chinese dude. It's only $6 fucking. $6 fucking. So Richie said, first he said, no, wait a minute. First lie was he said after 911, his aunt, yeah, that's what Turley went over. His aunt was afraid to wear a hijab on the train for fear of being attacked. Turned out his aunt lived in Tanzania at the time. The second lie was he said he meant his father's distant cousin, not his aunt. But it turns out the distant cousin also was in Tanzania at the time. Yeah, Turley probably said that. I just didn't. That's pretty funny. Well, it turns out these Democrats lie quite a bit when they're running for office. I mean, a lot of them claim military service. You know, it's fucking ridiculous. I don't know. I read it in the New York Post. Yeah, that's what Turley went over. Yeah, I just played the video. It's pretty funny. Yeah, these motherfuckers just can't tell the fucking truth. They just can't do it. They can't do it. These Democrats, they they really don't have anybody that's strong. You know what I mean? That people really like, that have done a lot for the people. They have no one. They really have no one that can articulate their zany ass positions. I mean, when I talk to a Democrat, I'm like, let's see how sane you are. Can men become women? And if they say they can, then I know I can't have a logical, sane conversation with them. Because if you believe men can become women, then you'll believe any fucking thing. I mean, what's to stop you from, Of course, these same people don't believe in God. I mean, well, if you believe men can become women, what? Believing in God isn't too much of a stretch compared to that. What the fuck? Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I watched this one girl, Freely Ashley. I kind of like her. She reminds me of somebody. Inside the Corruption of Tim Walz, Stolen Valor. Somebody put up a video of Mondami. He's done. Scandal gets worse. All right, I want to do this one. All right, now what the fuck? Oh, come on. I'm gonna do this one. This one's funny. Oh, come on. Where the fuck is it? Cell Vox. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? All right, yeah, here it is.
What happens when woke hecklers go toe-to-toe with professional comedians? In today's video, we're diving into the most savage moments where comedians stood their ground, destroyed the interruptions, and turned chaos into comedy gold. We're kicking things off with Rob Schneider, who reminds everyone what free speech really means.
Are you mad? You okay?
No, he's not mad. No, he is.
You're mad?
Yeah.
That's okay. You know what the cool thing about it in America is? Free speech isn't the speech you like. Nice stuff's not what needs to be protected. It's the stuff that you hate that needs protection, so that somebody like the government or you doesn't get to decide what everybody else gets to hear. And you're more than welcome to disagree and write an act and get on stage and sell out like I just did.
Next up, Quinn Dale delivers a reality check to an offended audience member.
I think some of the things that you're saying.
Yeah, just sit down. Okay.
They're mean.
Can I tell you something, lady? Hold on. Okay, lady, can I tell you something? If you're easily offended, don't go to a comedy show. They didn't come to hear you, they came to hear us. I think what people lose sight of is the fact that these are just jokes, okay? What we say up here is not to be taken seriously, okay? You'd be amazed. Like, some people have the audacity to call me a racist when my wife is Mexican. It's like, how could I be racist when I'm married to a lower race? Why don't you answer me that?
In this next clip, Quinn takes on political correctness itself.
Political correctness is killing comedy, you guys. It is. It's always white people that want to correct you, right? He's not black, he's African American, or he's not Hispanic, he's Mexican American, or he's not Asian, he's Chinese American. You know, only Americans do that. Like, I know a black guy that lives in China. They don't call him an African Chinaman. They call him King Kong.
When a heckler warns him to be careful with his jokes, Quinn doesn't back down. He doubles down.
Every race talks different. Let's see, call a white person.
Hello, please leave a message after the tone.
Let's say call a Mexican person. Let's say call a black person. It's jokes. What's that, sir?
Be careful with your jokes, right?
No, I'm just getting started, sir. Just getting started. I grew up watching black comics make fun of white people, and I laugh my ass off. So no one's gonna tell me I can't do the same. Everything is racism now. My sister claims whenever she dates a black guy, she feels like they're being watched. I'm like, yeah, they're called conjugal visits.
Now, let's move to Leonardo Joni, who handles an easily offended audience member like a pro.
The Mexicans are trying to figure out what a vaccine passport is.
War.
Hey, honey, if you think I suck, the door's right there. You can get the fuck out. I know when people get offended and they think their opinion is more important than a room full of people who are enjoying the content. She's vaccinated. I got it now. Hey, people died. I know, people died all the time. The rest of us gotta suffer because these guys were doing it for stupid. It was like so they could go to brunch. You're giving up our civil liberties for what? They're like, oh, well, I like banana pancakes. And I'm like, yeah, well, your grandfather's watching you right now, being like, wow, if I know my grandson was going to be such a I would have let that Nazi soldier
Next, Sammy Obeid, a Palestinian-American comedian, gets interrupted by a heckler accusing him of picking on people.
It's crazy because I'm Palestinian, my roommate is Jewish. We always fight over his room starts and mine ends, okay? So he pays more rent, but I've been there longer, you feel me, all right? I understand that it's tricky because the Jews were in Israel a very long, long time ago. They were there, but then they left. It's like you leave your towel on the bench press at the gym, and then you leave for 3 hours. Someone's gonna grab that towel and wrap it around their head. But the thing is, it's good. What's that?
He said you need to stop picking on people. Start doing real jokes.
I'm just gonna repeat what he said. He said you need to stop picking on people and start telling real jokes. What? Now, okay, look. I'm a person, you're a person. I'm talking about real shit. Majoring in math, did that. Palestinian Jewish roommate, did that. Family from Beirut, did that shit. This is all real shit, brother. This is all real shit. This is my life. If it's... Did I have a turban? No, I do not have a turban. Look, I get mistaken for being Indian all the time. There's a difference, bro. I'm not fucking Indian. You can't just pick any brown person and call us Indian. You're not Columbus. That one's for you. That one's for you. Dead. I won't pick on anyone. I won't do any more racial jokes, okay? I'm just saying my best friend is Indian, so it's an arranged friendship, and we're very close.
Here, Steve Hofstetter faces a different kind of heckler, someone who questions his identity.
Are you really Jewish? Am I really Jewish? Are you really black? What are you talking about? Yes. 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 Yeah, me too. In what sense? What about you? I don't look like you don't look like a typical black person. That's a lie. So what you said. So I don't look like a typical Jewish person that you have stereotyped in your head. You're like, you look very short and lawyery. I don't understand. Why would you say that your destiny digger? You don't walk in controlling water. I don't know what this is. Why aren't you eating a bagel while I'm on stage? I don't understand. You should really be drinking. I really had this whole image in my mind that you've totally blown. I am Jewish and for you. Everything I said on stage today was
I've just never seen a redheaded Jew.
Never seen a redheaded Jew.
I've been San Diego.
I've never seen a black girl sitting in that seat right there. What an amazing world we live in.
Akash Singh has no patience for sloppy interruptions.
I don't know what you're saying. You keep saying a lot of things. You're very drunk very early, though. That much I know. What do you do for a living? Oh, now you quiet. Ain't that funny? This couldn't shut up, and then a second I'm like, hey, what's your job? Nothing.
I work in a tea shop.
A cheese shop?
Tea shop.
A tea shop?
Yeah.
That's all y'all sell is t-shirts?
No, like tea, like chai.
Oh, chai. But I'm so Indian, dog. I was like, what? Tea? And then when he said chai, I was like, ah! That's embarrassing. Jesus Christ, it's almost as embarrassing as a straight man working in a tea shop.
Now, this one's pure chaos. Troy Bond encounters one of the loudest hecklers on this list and absolutely destroys her.
Somebody good was on stage.
Yeah, and there is. Oh wait, don't go nowhere, you trampy Powerpuff Girls. Stand right here so I can roast you after that. Come the over here, you walking UTI. Sit back down, you scrapped Austin Powers villain. You're Bob
haircut is a Robert. Go into the bathroom and wipe the lipstick off your teeth. Go. I'm tired of looking at it. Go. Stir your drink all you want to, Edna from The Incredibles. Go. You just love being shamed. I'm sorry your father didn't love you, but that's not my fault. These people pay for a show, and just because he didn't touch you as much as you wanted doesn't mean you gotta touch them the way he didn't. Go pee and find someone funnier. You still just gonna stand there? I just smacked you down like 12 times. I just got a 30-minute light, baby. I got 30 more to go. I can do this for 30 minutes, or you can go. I'll see you later. I'll see you at the methadone clinic.
But Troy wasn't done yet. In another set, things get political, and one audience member just won't stop.
I give credit where credit is due. I'm probably the most pro anti-Trump comic out there. That mother.
You're not.
Shut the.
As a white guy trying to talk for black people.
I'm not.
Bitch, no, you're not.
Yes, I wasn't.
No, you were.
You just tuned in.
Trying to.
Well,
you were trying to.
For what? What are you upset about? It's not me.
No, and shut up. Any black person ever try to laugh at his jokes? No.
Stop having fun.
Go ahead, yeah. Stop having fun.
Can we get her an Adam or something?
Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah, no, that's what happens.
No, you're white, trying to like talk about, no, and you.
My probation officer is here now. I don't know who the you're mad at, but it's not me.
And when the heckler keeps going, Troy finishes the job with savage precision.
It just sounds tense.
You.
Why do you think I'm doing this for a living? You think I was a football player? I'm a God damn it. There's nothing you can say to me I haven't said 6 inches from the mirror. You're the first name going in my note tonight. Have a good night, Kamala Harris. Now's the time I need you on my side.
No, that was the most racist joke ever.
No, I got like 4 more in the chamber.
No, Kamala Harris.
Wait, don't drop the scarf, man. That was $3 at Dollar Tree, man.
And finally, John Jacobs closes us out with a heckler who just can't handle a joke about the subway.
We had the tube strike 2 days ago. Yeah. Oh, look how sensitive you all got to that. What's up? Brave 2 seconds ago. What happened? We like human rights. For sure. I was talking about a metro train. Of course, it's a white chick, too. It's always... I wonder what color her hair is. Take a guess. Pink and teal. Am I close? What is it? Brunette babe. Are you asking me? Babe? Are you assuming my gender? What are you doing? Are you... You want to get a drink later? What's up? But, yeah, so... Human rights, dude. I mean...
And that wraps up comedians shutting down woke hecklers.
Yeah, none of them are really that good. JY, Jesus is King of Kings. Trump is king. So what was this I saw? Okay, I have to scroll on this one. So Bosh, you said what, that female comedian isn't welcome in Rogan's club anymore? Where'd you hear that? Well, why isn't she allowed in this club? on Jake Shields' podcast. And why is she not welcome at this club? Because of her comedy? I know she goes against the woke shit pretty hard. I don't really think she's all that funny. I do think she's funniest when she's breaking balls. Yeah, there's this big fucking argument at the fucking laundromat today. Cops came. This black chick was, it looked like family. They were all arguing. And she's in these two different guys' faces, right? Wagging her finger in their faces, like running at them and shit. Like, I wouldn't have felt bad for her if one of those guys would have beat her the fuck up. And she like lost her mind for like, had to be 45 minutes straight, screaming, yelling, getting in their faces, calling them names. And the one dude went biblical on her. What did he call her? He called her a fucking no good Jezebel, Satanistic whore, Babylon whore. He can call her a Babylon whore. And the whole time, her like 11 or 12-year-old boy is standing next to her. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, even if everything she said was right, she was wrong. You don't behave that way in front of your fucking young boy. Oh my God. I mean, I could see maybe losing your mind for a couple minutes, but this went on and on for 45 minutes. And the police come, she's talking to them like she's a victim. You know what I mean? When she could have ended it at any time. It was just pretty ridiculous. And then the one black dude that I was talking to, he seemed like he was all right. You know, he started sticking up for her, and I'm thinking, dude, like he's, getting in between this shit, holding her back and all. And I'm like, somebody decks her. I ain't getting involved. You know what I mean? She asked for it. One cop looked at me as to like, what's happening? I'm like, I don't want to get involved. I got to do my fucking wash there. Then, because that bitch don't want to hear what I got to say. They were all sticking up for her, and nah, fuck that. You don't act that way in front of a small child. You just don't. These fucking kids scream like somebody's gonna kill them. I got this window open. All right, I'm gonna have to close this fucking window. Because these fucking kids can't fucking control themselves. Little bastards. Of course, the fucking kids sound like they're getting killed. See if I can find something. Yeah. Look at this salty cracker. Libs threatened to kill black girl. Black girl doing blackface EBT for Halloween. What? Let's see if the oh man, I gotta set up fucking ad blocker again.
Viagra if you're over 60. You qualify for 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra.
The hate Trump cadres don't want Trump to succeed. All right. And one of the reasons is that Trump annoys them more than any human being who's ever lived. And the latest annoyance is that the president keeps hinting he might run for a third term. I can assure you he will not. I can assure you that Donald Trump understands the Constitution prohibits anyone from running for a third term. You cannot do it. The Supreme Court will rule 9-0 against you, and you will be humiliated, and your legacy will blow up if you try. But Trump is just throwing this stuff out to annoy the people who hate him. It's like a sport with him. It's a hobby. He does it every day. So you know. Now, one of the keys to my analysis was when the president talked about what might happen in 2028. Go.
Yeah, for 2028, they're very good people. Well, we have great people. I don't have to get into that, but we have one of them standing right here. We have JD, obviously, the vice president is great. I think Marco's great.
He's touting a Vance Rubio ticket, and he wouldn't do that if he was seriously going to run. Let's face it, the U.S. economy is under stress. National debt rising, trade war shaking.
I love that Trump bothers them. Fucking idiots. Oh, man. So, I'll be honest with you, so I don't know if I'm even going to continue doing this because, I don't know. I mean, YouTube kind of burned me out, man. I mean, they killed 3 of my channels for bullshit. You know what I mean? And it sucks the life out of you. It really does. I was much more engaged when I was getting high. If that makes any fucking sense. You know? I certainly don't want to go back to that, but I don't know. I think I became boring. You know? I kicked out AJ, and he ain't coming back. I kicked his dumb ass out, so there's nobody to fuck with. Well, look, I'm going to go ahead and end it because, frankly, I'm out of things to say, and I'm just going to sit here looking stupid, babbling. So I'd like to thank everybody that's there, and I don't know. Now, all right, I'm out. I'll see you. Thanks for coming.